2 Kings chapter 8. The king and the Shunammite woman. Elisha talked to the woman whose son he had brought back to life. He said, "You and your family should move to another country, because the Lord has decided that there will be a famine here. It will last for 7 years. So the woman did what the man of God said. She went with her family to stay in the land of the Philistines for 7 years. After 7 years, she returned from the land of the Philistines. She went to speak with the king to ask him to help her get back her house and land. The king was talking with Gehazi, the servant of the man of God. The king said to Gehazi, "Please tell me all the great things Elisha has done." Gehazi was telling the king about Elisha bringing a dead person back to life. At that same time, the woman whose son Elisha brought back to life went to the king. She wanted to ask him to help her get back her house and land. Gehazi said, "My lord and king, this is the woman, and this is the son who Elisha brought back to life." The king asked the woman what she wanted, and she told him. Then the king chose an officer to help her. The king said, "Give to the woman all that belongs to her, and give her all the harvest from her land, from the day she left the country until now." Ben-Hadad sends Hazael to Elisha. Elisha went to Damascus. King Ben-Hadad of Aram was sick. Someone told Ben-Hadad, "The man of God has come here." No. Sorry. Then the king Ben-Hadad said to Hazael, "Take a gift and go meet the man of God. Ask him to ask the Lord if I will get well from my sickness." So Hazael went to meet Elisha. Hazael brought a gift with him. He brought all kinds of good things from Damascus. It took 40 camels to carry everything. Hazael came to Elisha and said, "Your follower, King Ben-Hadad of Aram, sent me to you. He asks if he will get well from his sickness." Then Elisha said to Hazael, "Go and tell Ben-Hadad, you will live. But really the Lord told me he will die." Elisha makes a prophecy about Hazael. Elisha began to stare. He stared for an embarrassingly long time. Then the man of God began to cry. Hazael said, "Sir, why are you crying?" Elisha said, "I am crying because I know the bad things you will do to the Israelites. You will burn their strong cities and kill their young men with swords. You will kill their babies and split open their pregnant women." Hazael said, "I'm not a powerful man. How can I do these great things?" Elisha answered, "The Lord showed me that you will be king over Aram." Then Hazael left Elisha and went to his king. Ben-Hadad said to Hazael, "What did Elisha say to you?" He answered, "Elisha told me that you will live." Hazael murders Ben-Hadad. But the next day Hazael took a thick cloth and dipped it in water. Then he held it on Ben-Hadad's face until he died. Then Hazael became the new king. Jehoram begins his rule. Jehoram, son of Jehoshaphat, was the king of Judah. He began to rule in the 5th year that Joram, son of Ahab, was king of Israel. Jehoram was 32 years old when he began to rule. He ruled 8 years in Jerusalem. But Jehoram lived as the kings of Israel and did what the Lord saw was evil. He lived as the people from Ahab's family, because his wife was Ahab's daughter. But the Lord would not destroy Judah because of the promise to his servant David. He had promised David that someone from his family would always be king. In Jehoram's time, Edom broke away from Judah's rule. The people of Edom chose a king for themselves. Then Jehoram and all his chariots went to Zair. The Edomite army surrounded them, but Jehoram and his officers attacked them and escaped. Jehoram's soldiers all ran away and went home. So the Edomites broke away from the rule of Judah, and they have been free from the rule of Judah until today. At the same time, Libnah also broke away from Judah's rule. All the things Jehoram did are written in the book, The History of the Kings of Judah. Jehoram died and was buried with his ancestors in the city of David. Jehoram's son Ahaziah became the new king. Ahaziah begins his rule. Ahaziah, son of Jehoram, became the king of Judah in the 12th year that Joram, son of Ahab, was king of Israel. Ahaziah was 22 years old when he began to rule. He ruled 1 year in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Athaliah. She was the daughter of King Omri of Israel. Ahaziah did what the Lord said was wrong. He did many bad things, just as the people from Ahab's family had done. He lived like this because his wife was from Ahab's family. Joram is hurt in the war against Hazael. Joram was from Ahab's family. Ahaziah went with Joram to fight against King Hazael of Aram and Ramoth-Gilead. The Arameans wounded Joram. King Joram went back to Israel so that he could get well from those wounds. He went to the area of Jezreel. Ahaziah, son of Jehoram, was the king of Judah. Ahaziah went to Jezreel to see Joram.